This video will show you how to replace the front bumper cover on a Ford Edge. This will be mounted across the front of your vehicle. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Safely make your way under the front of the vehicle. Now from under the front of the vehicle, we can see along where our bumper cover is. We're going to start dislodging our front shield along its mounting point in the center. In this area, we can see that we have 3 plastic push clips that have to be removed. To remove your plastic push clips, start by removing the center. Once you have that dislodged, it should be unlocked and you should be able to remove the entire thing. For this, I'm using a trim tool, but you can also use a flat blade screwdriver. In some instances, you may find that the push clip does become separated. If that's the case, just line it up, press it back together, but leave it in the unlocked position. Now after dislodging our push clips, you're going to make your way over to one side of the bumper cover or the other. The process will be the same here. You're going to find that you have a couple 5.5mm mounting bolts. There's one. And there's our second bolt. Once you have the bolts removed, you should be able to take hold of the fender liner. We're going to carefully pull it away. As we make our way up here, if you have fog lamps, we're going to disconnect our electrical connector. So now as we look up and behind this area, we can see our electrical connector for our fog lamp assembly. Now for our electrical connector, there's going to be 2 locking tabs. We do not need to deal with this gray. We're going along each side, you're going to find that you have a tab. So I'll just gently pull on that. I'm prying it out. We should be able to grab onto the other side, do the same thing. Now that I have that disconnected, a quick inspection for corrosion, of course. At this point, we'll pause on this side of the vehicle, go over to the other side of the bumper cover, repeat this process. Once you're done down along the bottom, we're going to make our way along the outboard side of the bumper cover. We can see where our front wheels are. We're dislodging the fender liner from the front bumper cover, making its way up. We'll also be using a 5.5mm for these bolts. Now that we have the fender liner pulled away, the upper mounting bolt also holds the bumper cover in place. Now for this, we're going to take hold of the plastic bumper cover. We're going to carefully start pulling it away from the upper area here. There's a plastic mounting bracket inside this area. We want to be careful not to cause any damage. Just take hold of the bumper cover, we're pressing against the fender, and we're carefully pulling away. Now at this point, this entire side of the bumper cover has been broken free. Go over to the other side, repeat this process, dislodging it from your front fender. After that, we're up along the top of the engine compartment. Now at this point, I have both corners of the bumper cover dislodged, so I'm up along the front of the engine compartment. As we look up along the front here, we can see where our grille connects to the body of the vehicle. We have several push tabs making their way across. We also have a couple 10mm bolts. We'll save the bolts for last. Now as far as these push clips, these you can actually use a Phillips head screwdriver for. Once again, we're just removing the center to unlock them. Now you may find that it's easiest to use a small angled pick. You could also use a trim tool. We'll start removing these one at a time. Let's remove our 10mm bolts. We'll take hold of that front bumper cover, carefully pull it away from the vehicle. There it is, friend. As we bring our bumper cover into place, we're attempting to bring it along the front of the vehicle. We need to pay attention to our headlamp assemblies, and we also need to pay attention along the top center. We're simply pressing this up into the upright position here. As you remember, we had 2 mounting bolts, one along each side. I'm just going to start these in. Now we are leaving these loose for now. Let's continue on with our push clips up across the top. As far as our push clips, we're pressing in the outer portion. locking it in by pressing in the center. Do the same to all. Now that I have all my push clips along the top in place, let's tighten our mounting bolts. So now along each side of the front bumper cover, we need to align the bumper cover with the headlamp assembly and the body of the vehicle. We're just lifting, pressing it towards the headlamp as we go. Just a couple light taps. Now that I have this side in place, I'm going over to the other side of the vehicle. After that, we can continue on with our fender liners inside this area. Once you have both sides of the bumper cover in place, we're continuing along inside of each one of the fenders. I'm on the passenger side, but the process will be the same. We're starting in all of our 5.5mm mounting bolts first, and then we'll snug them up. We just need to get things aligned. We'll make sure that our bumper cover is properly aligned before tightening the top. Double check to make sure that's properly secured. Go over to the other side of the vehicle, repeat this process, then we're making our way under the front of the vehicle. As we make our way into the front bumper cover, we're along the inboard side, we have our electrical connector. Let's line it up, press it in, listen for a click from that. Double check to make sure everything's secured in place. We'll continue on with our plastic panels next. Let's protect this area. I'm going to start installing my mounting bolt. Leave that loose for now. We'll do the other one. Should be able to align these as necessary. Make sure it's nice and tight. Now that I have this side fully installed, I'm going over to the other side. We'll repeat that process, and then we're meeting in the center. Now in the center, we can continue on with our push clips. We have them in the unlocked position. We're driving this outer portion up, locking them in with the center. That one's secure. Let's do the same down the line. Now the next thing we need to do is test the functionality. Okay friend, we finished our installation. Now the next thing you want to do is take your vehicle for a road test and listen for any odd noises. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.